Sunny Brunching It with Mel, with Chad, and with the Crimson Diamond. Now, here's the history I'm going to say. First of all, Chad's going to speak, but I'm going to say that 5 years ago, I tried this amazing demo. It was a lot of fun. I used a Laura Bow kind of southern voice for her, and that's like, I don't want to spoil too much, especially if you haven't seen it. But I'm also proud to tell you about the history of the game, in that Julia Minamata is the developer, producer, creator of this. She loves Laura Bow and loves Sierra type games, so this is her, what would you call this, her prize, or her love letter, if you will, to the series. Also, that Chad did the Mac port for this game, and so he's been in contact with Julie for quite a bit. Sorry, I have another friend who we call Julie, and so it's habit. But Chad, tell us the history. Tell us more about the Crimson Diamond.
Well, one thing that was interesting, how you said love letter, and I was reading, saw either a review or read something, and that often comes up, that phrase, because because this looks like a game that could have come from Sierra in 1989. It is developed with the traditional 16-color EGA color palette. It is a text parser. The music, done by the musician Dan Polakar, was created using an Ashwollen MT32. So it's very kind of like time correct in a way. It won't actually run on your old DOS computer, though. This was developed using the Adventure Game Studio, and I have done a lot of ports for games developed with AGS. And this was actually one of probably the first games that I did, or at least the demo many years ago. And I've done a lot of other games created with AGS over time. And I think I'm up to probably about 10 or 12 different games I ported over to the Mac. So that's been really kind of fun thing, and including just other improvements over time, such as from when I first started doing this, Apple Silicon processors didn't exist yet. So we're talking early 2020. I've learned being able to create more universal binaries so these games can run on natively, both on older Intel processors and the newer Apple Silicon. Also learning to work with third-party libraries and integrating them with an AGS project. And so when we start this up, we'll also take a look at the credits, and I have my name in the credits at least a few times. But the primary one was I did the Mac port for the demos and for the full game.
And I would tell you that I did not watch this process. I did not try out the game. I haven't seen it much at all since 5 years ago. I do like it. I'm really excited and definitely looking forward. So if you just want to click on Crimson Diamond full game, then we'll get started.
Let's start with the...
Wait a minute. We didn't capture it. Captured the first time, so we got to figure out why it's not capturing. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, because it's looking for full screen. Let's get the window. There it goes. Now we should capture it. If not, we may have to play it full screen. If it's not... If it's being difficult, or start full screen. Yeah, I think we'll start full screen. Do you know how to quickly get it to full screen? Okay. Because that's what it's looking for. It's trying to do there we go, see? And then I think you can window it now. Believe it or not, it would probably work now. There you go. So it was looking for a full screen window.
Fun with OBS.
Yeah. Okay, you click on the X in the far upper.
No, we're going to do credits.
Oh,
Gotta always do credits.
Credits. Okay, so credits for where?
Pretty much almost everything by Julia Minamata, music composed by Dan Polakar, MacPort by me, Indigenous Sensitivity Consultant, love that. Launch other attributions to people, AGS Steam, AGS OpenURL, those are little plugins.
As you can see,
lots of game testers.
People we know, Stephen Don, Aviv
Mike
Salinas, Steven
me,
Schroeder, Chad,
Amy Tant, Sarah Kelly, Nat Nalani,
a lot, Dave Gilbert,
Pushing Up Roses.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Very nice. Did we also Patreon too? Cool.
Yeah. So, long list, but there you go.
Hey, that's great that she had such good support, for.
Sydney Hamilton, programmer for, I think, Colossal Cave and Hero U.
Ah, okay. Definitely an eclectic list of game developers and designers and sound and
Jay Holmes.
lovers of adventure games. So Chad's like, okay.
Yeah.
We saw what we wanted me to see, right?
Yeah. So, let's start with a tutorial.
Okay.
Welcome to the tutorial room. My name's Nancy Maple.
Why were you having to do the tutorial again?
Why
Is
not?
there differences?
Improvements, but
Okay,
I'll be showing you some of the
okay.
basics of playing a text parser adventure game. And some of these aspects are good for people who haven't played this, or even kind of showing the ropes of how do things work. And the differences, and so it's similarities to the games of yore, but improvements, especially with things like the text parsers and things to make it better quality of life. Follow the text prompts at the bottom of the screen to progress through the tutorial. When you first enter a room, it's useful to start by typing look. Just start typing on your keyboard as you normally would. You can't use blah blah in this game.
Yeah, seriously.
Look. When you type look in room, the game will describe important features. You see a cupboard and a green door.
Oh, nice.
The game will also list other characters in that room. Jack is here.
Oh, nice.
Type look Jack to learn more about him. Look man or look person will also work too if you're having trouble with names. Look green door. The door is painted green. It leads back to the title screen. Look man. Jack is a tall, lean man with a shiny, bald head. He is Mr. Richards' employee and is in charge of the cooking, cleaning, gardening, and myriad of other tasks the lodge might require. He's wary, but still seems to be in decent spirits. Jack is somewhere in his 40s. Jack is here to help with the tutorial. How do you do? Looking at a character at different points in the game may give you different additional information.
Let me go check to see how the stream is sounding. I'll be right back.
Talk to Jack. Hello, Jack. My name's Nancy Maple. Nice to meet you, Nancy. You can ask me about this tutorial. Ask Jack about tutorial. Ask about tutorial will also work. One thing that's nice is there are little keyboard shortcuts, like you found in like a game like Heroes Quest. So you can do Control A, ask about. And there's other nice to have, sort of like in Police Quest 1, you could just say like O door to open door, and there's nice little improvements like that too. The default movement method is click to walk, shown by the 2 footprint icon. The blue in the upper left corner of the icon indicates where the target spot is. Or you can use the arrow keys to move around the screen. You can also ask me about inventory. I think A, B also works. Yep, that's nice. You can access your inventory by typing inv or I into the text parser. You can also press tab. Tab. I have not seen a Tab Cola in many years. When I worked in Chicago, there was like a little corner store. They actually did have Tab. I think I bought it and tried it out. It was a cola. Not anything I would say I missed, but the cursor will change to an eye. Click on the items in the inventory to look at them. An issue of the Toronto Eye from a few weeks ago. Click on the gray loop icon at the bottom of the inventory window. The cursor will become a loop. You can examine some of your inventory items more closely with using the loop. You admire the minute dots that comprise the newspaper photograph of a round-cut diamond. The natural diamond described in the article would be an octahedra, not a faceted specimen. What an embarrassing inaccuracy. You can close the inventory window by pressing tab, the escape key, or enter. You can also examine objects in a room using the loop. Type examine the cupboard to learn more about it. Examine cupboard.
The cupboard is made of a lovely fine-grade wood, though it's seen better days.
Yeah. There's definitely words like cupboard and drawer that I learned to spell those from games like King's Quest 3.
Yeah.
Most furniture won't be this interesting to examine. This is just an example. If you're not sure what to do next, you can check your notebook. So there's definitely some nice guidance with this game, so you don't really get too stuck in like, well, what do I do now? Do I sit here and twiddle my thumbs? Not really. Generally, there's a good pacing to kind of figure out what to do, or you just always want to kind of explore and try to figure out what more you can find out. And
okay.
An improvement over, say, Colonel's Bequest, there isn't so much like, oh, you just walk in a certain room and then, oops, it triggered the next scene or advanced time by action just because you walked into a room. But there are 7 chapters, so certain things that you do have to complete, but there are things you can miss as well. But I get definitely the sense of, like the Colonel's Bequest, you can get to the end and you're not going to necessarily get completely locked out or something like that. Now with the Dagger of Ammon Ra, the second Laura Bow game, that one I felt there were even more things you could miss. If you didn't find something to indicate, meet somewhere at a certain time to find out something else. And if you completely missed, the whole thing about like the art heist or whatever, you get to the end of the game and like, oh, what was going on here or there? You may not even know.
We should probably go full screen. I think it'll look better, actually.
Ask about backpack. Notebook can be helpful if you get stuck.
Okay.
I'll tell you what you need to do to progress through the game. Be careful if you simply follow the notebook's prompt, you might miss important details. The notebook will be displayed if you type note or N. To flip through your notebook pages, click the green up and down tabs or use the arrow keys on your plum keyboard. You can close the notebook by clicking the X button, the escape key, or enter. Thanks so much, Jack.
Okay.
Ask me about the cupboard over there. Ask about the cupboard. Open door.
Okay.
Sometimes there'll be more than one cupboard, in which case you might want to walk close to the cupboard you want.
Oh, nice.
You open it. If you look at cupboard, the game will tell you what the cupboard looks like. If you look in the cupboard, the game will tell you what's inside the cupboard. Search cupboard also works.
Oh, nice.
Salmon hat. Your hat looks pretty good considering you got second hand. Search cupboard. You see a green hat in the cupboard. So you can kind of go through this and you see some of the different things. Get hat. You've completed this tutorial. Congratulations, you're done. Open the door and walk out to leave. Thank you for playing the tutorial. This tutorial has covered the most commonly used parser commands, but there are more to discover. Feel free to experiment. Give hat to Jack. Nah, you keep that. Kiss Jack. I think that would be... I don't know him very well.
You're being inappropriate, huh?
Dance.
No dancing in this game unless you make it dance, right? Let's go to full screen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that pushed it a little bit. That looks better, I think.
Ready to leave the tutorial, you either use the arrow keys to walk through the door or click the feed icon. The room will reset once you leave it. Thanks for playing the tutorial.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Crimson, Ontario, 1914. Okay, let's play the intro.
Look at those lovely cattails.
Now point out to me what was in the original demo and what... Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, there was a lot of filler art initially in the original demos, and it slowly improved as updates came out, but some of it was just very kind of like almost like very blocky stick drawings, and so a lot of these have been improved over time. This is kind of an Easter egg room and stuff like that.
Okay.
There you are, Nancy. So there's even just fun things to kind of take a look at in this room, like just a black cat you can look at.
Okay.
A grail.
Well, look at cat.
Looks like we have King Graham's hat over here.
Oh, I see that.
Maybe
yeah.
a Maltese falcon or something.
Can you turn the sound down just a little bit since it's doing the same thing? Okay. I think it's okay on the stream though. I checked that. So.
Got an idol from Monkey Island, you know.
Okay.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
Far up north, the fishermen found a massive diamond in the belly of a fish. This could be a real boon for our mineralogy exhibit. We need something better than those dilettantes over in geology. I want our exhibit to be the talk of the town. It's too bad that we can't spare anyone to head up the middle of nowhere on such a long shot. You could spare me? Let me go, Professor Plummer.
Southern Ontario, but not Southern United States.
Exactly. Kitty needs to voice that for us.
Kitty, get in here.
It would be perfect. Everyone else is busy with the new exhibits. Well, I've just been learning the filing system that could wait a day or two, couldn't it? It's not. I'm not usually in the habit of sending unsupervised young ladies into a less civilized regions.
So generally, but it's not saying he hasn't.
But as luck would have it, the discovery was made near a lodge where I'm sure you could stay while you conduct your field work. You win, Nancy. Get on home, pack up your bags, and catch the train up north.
Still not Southern United States. Hooray!
Hooray! There's so much. Thanks so much, Professor. Yeah, I want to look at the room. So before we go, because I imagine you leave.
Yeah, the over here on the far right, that's Conquest of Camelot.
Oh, okay.
Merlin's room.
If you find something that can make a big splash at the museum, who knows?
There's a mop bucket. That's a mop.
I can see that's a mop. I also see the white statue. I just want to look at the room, but I don't know if we're going to get the chance. If we're going to put our clothes on and get right out. I can't click on a cat that I can't go to.
Yeah. Well, you can't move around. It's just part of the
Nice, demo. Winkers. I knew that they would like that toy and it would keep them busy.
Maybe the university will finally accept you as a mineralogy student. So keep in mind, this is...
You're not even a mineralogy student.
1914. And so... You know, even expecting women going into university or being accepted and things like that, that would be definitely a different time period.
So she's there kind of as a volunteer and not
this is her job. Doing this,
she's got a job.
So she's working here doing the filing system in a basement, you know, yay.
Yay, okay.
But, you know, has an interest and wants to, you know, and so he wants, like, hey, maybe he'll be able to...
Hence some of the sensitivity subjects that were probably, like, talked about with her advisor.
Yeah, well, that was, like, indigenous people, and so you find out there's First Nations person in the game, and so there's topics of things that they address of very similar kind of stories.
First Nation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Native Americans in the United States, Canada, generally called First Nations.
Got it. I did not know that, but I'm learning. Definitely. I won't let you down. But I didn't get to look at the kitty. You rushed.
You can't move through it. All you can do is look at the screen.
A few hours later. Well, you said I could interact with the kitty, and I couldn't interact. Oh, here's my train. Now, here is my thought here at this scene. If your money isn't in your shoe, don't let someone take your bags, right? right, so the train left.
No, coming out of like Toronto's Union Station
Gotcha.
or something like that.
This is it, my first time out of the city, and I'm going to make the most of the trip. I can't wait to see the rocks of Northern Ontario. Goodbye, big city. Hello, adventure. Okay, during this part, no, this is obviously not even a interacting scene.
No, the
just
whole thing
kind
is-
of watch this. Okay.
Yeah, can't interact with things.
Watch
It's
it
just the intro.
unfold. She's snoring. Press enter to advance. Okay. Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
Why does she have to take this seat? I mean, look, there's an empty seat over here. Why isn't she taking that
Because she
one?
wants to steal my stuff because I'm sleeping. Not at all. Please have a seat. Thanks. I don't even know how to do a Canadian accent, to tell you the
No,
truth.
just talk.
My name is Kimi Kishiro. Where are you headed? Pleased to meet you. I am Nancy Maple. I'm bound for a town called Crimson. Oh my, you've got some hours yet. I should know because that's where I'm going. I'm a clerk from the Royal Canadian Museum. My boss sent me to check out the diamond claim up there. I hadn't heard of the discovery, and then again, I don't pay much attention to the news. It's a very strange story. Up by Crimson, a fish swallowed a huge diamond. A fisherman caught it, sliced it open, and there it was. This spectacular, sparkling gem. Yay! Can you imagine? I jumped at the chance to investigate. This is my first time out of the city. I couldn't be more excited. And I'd say what I said 5 years ago. You still don't announce that to strangers.
Might get bitten by a moose later.
She might get her luggage stolen. Where will you be staying when we get to Crimson? I think it's a place called the Crimson Lodge. I'm staying at the Crimson Lodge. Okay, we're going to be best friends, aren't we? I'm a bird watcher. I hear there are nesting colonies of
Cormorants.
cormorants up there, and that's what I want to see. And I wouldn't mind seeing the 500...
Sioux locks.
Oh, Sioux. I thought this was 500. I'm sorry, Julia. I wouldn't mind seeing the Sioux locks while I'm in the area. I'd love to see the big ships up close.
Unless there's a different set, the thing that confused me when I looked up Sioux locks, there are Sioux locks, but they're part between the United States and Canada.
What are Sioux locks?
It's locks because you have the Great Lakes.
Okay.
And so if you have boats traveling and if they're like different heights, so you think about like they're like canals.
Like the locks in Chicago that they changed the bridge sizes for people going through?
No, it's for they changed the height of the water and stuff like that. Like the
this
Panama
does
Canal.
too.
Like the Panama Canal.
I can see that. Okay. All right. Wonderful. We can be traveling companions. I'd very much like that. You and Kimmy chat amiably for a while. And as the days wears on, the rhythm of the train moving over the tracks and the monotony of the scenery lulls you into a deep sleep.
Ah, that's great, Moon.
Right, don't we arrive at night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boy, we really are going far. We're the last people on the train. The conductor announces Crimson, this stop.
Pennsylvania.
Do you have your cross? Nancy, it's time to go. Ah, thanks. All right. Oh, no.
I love the
I was
eyes.
right. Think of the little dams they can use to raise the boats when it's either an artificial dam that ruins the natural flow or an artificial channel in general. That's what I figured it was. He's kind of up now. Wrong place.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
this is Crimson Kitty.
She wants you to do all the voices.
Yeah,
now.
you could do the Canadian voices for me.
She keeps trying to do southern. She keeps trying to do southern U.S.
I thought
which is wrong.
she was kind of doing like Laura Bow, but oh no, where's my luggage? It's not here. There's no luggage left at all.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, if I could just get my R's right, my field kit is in there. What am I going to do?
I love the eyes going back and forth.
Well, I mean, here we were entrusted. The train's leaving soon, Nancy. We have to leave now. So I don't even have a pair of underwear and no Walmart in sight to buy one.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. Oh, I had no idea anyone else was still on this train. Does the guy have my luggage? Okay. Hello there. Hello. I didn't notice you in the train. Isn't that funny?
Ha ha ha.
I mean, unless there are new fees, it's kind of the same as most of the U.S. And if it's new fees, you probably wouldn't be able to understand them anyways. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good information here. I'll just use my normal voice.
Yeah. I mean, I've been thinking about
Little emphasis, but
most of the Canadians I've heard talk. It sounds similar to kind of your flat American accent.
if I could get the bow about.
That's about the biggest thing. But then
know.
you think about a lot of other variants,
There you go, there's your
like
about.
a thick Bostonian
Out.
accent, and how they might drop an R.
If
Go
you
get the car.
If you heard
something
Tooch
like
talk, you would hear that out when he talks because he's Wisconsin.
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's
You also have Minnesota. There can be sort of like
Minnesota.
that
Soda.
old Norwegian. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't notice you in the train. Not really. I was in the first class car. I wasn't back there with you peons. I'm here to see the nesting cormorant. I can't say that word.
Cormorants.
Cormorants. Is that why you're here? Cormorants? Is that a type of rodent?
Now bat would be kind of like a flying rodent, right?
Is cormorant a native bird of... Oh, excuse me, folks. We got another one. I was sent to pick up just one person from the station tonight. Mr. Albert Ruspa, a European fellow, expert mineralogist on assignment, hired by the federal government on loan from Antwerp. I wasn't told he'd be bringing any secretaries, wives, or girlfriends. I'm sorry for the confusion, sir. Jack.
Remember, you met me in the tutorial.
Yeah, really, you gave me my green hat. I'm sorry for the confusion, Jack, but we don't know this mantis at all. They're all across New York, North American, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what that bird is, though. My name is Nancy Maple, and my friend here is Kimmy Kashiro. I was sent from the Royal Canadian Museum to investigate the diamond claim up by Crimson Lodge. And I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. Cormorants. It's birds. It's boobies.
Yeah, largest water bird.
They're water birds, okay.
You'll learn more about them in this game.
Hey, I'm learning tons right now, so I appreciate the insight, Crimson Kitty. We are both here to stay at the lodge and go about our business. Do you know which way it is from here?
Can you show us to Sesame Street?
Can you show me how to get to Cormorant Sesame Street? I surely know where it is because that's where I drove out from.
Okay. See you in a
Why?
few.
Okay.
Kitty.
Why wouldn't anyone be here to meet us?
He is.
He's not here to meet us, though. He's here to meet Respa.
Yeah.
but he's not here to pick us up.
Well, they probably just didn't know better. So.
Okay, I surely know where it is because
Nancy's
that's where I drove out from.
Nancy's a city girl, so.
Need bread, I think. Bad heartburn, which I usually don't get. We both seem to have gotten some sort of stomach bug, not food related as far as we can tell. Yikes.
Some bread.
The baby and you, or you and Mr. Mux? Baby's trying to rest, so I might let him. In case he's sick too. Okay, well, do what you got to do, and we appreciate your company, you and Mux. Well, okay. All right.
But I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, the lodge has been closed to the public for months. Did you hear?
We didn't hear. Nobody told us. How fast is music? If it takes
1914. So
right. I mean, seriously, when you think about it, it took us all that time to get to our destination.
Well,
the entire train was nearly empty. My boss, Mr. Richards, he's getting on. He's done with the lodging business.
Well, if you consider you start off in Toronto, and if it's supposed to be more northern Ontario, that could be a pretty lengthy stretch. So.
Yeah, that's true. I look at the map and I often think that. I know, to get over, Ingenuity was telling me at one time it took him 8 hours to get from Saskatchewan to wherever he was going. So he wants is peace and quiet. But then the whole diamond fiasco starts up. Folks all up in arms.
Yeah, you think about in Montana, you could easily spend an entire day just trying to drive across the state or something, maybe even longer.
See, we've been spoiled because we're here in the city, and so we're used to, but honestly, that is the way it is.
Yeah, and then you think about something like Montana, now you go up to Canada, even larger, and certain areas even more empty.
And more remote.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, he's not pleased at all, I can tell you, with all the people bothering him, right? This gentleman is here on the government's orders. Mr. Richards can't do much about that. But you two, well, that's unfortunate, but you only have yourself to blame for being uninformed. Let's be off, Jack. Good evening, ladies.
Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
Boy, he is going to leave He's going to leave two young ladies in the nighttime, in the dark, because there's no lights right out now, standing at the train station waiting for what? The next train, which may come in about 3 days? Or the thing is, ain't no one coming by here at this time of night. And the nearest accommodation is the lodge, which is a few hours away by automobile even still. Look here, I'll drive you ladies up to the lodge for the night. Jack at least has a sense of what's right and proper. Tomorrow morning I'll bring you back here so you can catch that train. Yeah. As it is, Mr. Richards is going to be peeved about hosting unexpected guests. Even more than he is already. His sisters come up from the city to stake her claim.
And she brought a lawyer.
And she brought a lawyer to boot. Come along now. Seriously, are you the biggest asshole on the planet? Sure, I'll get those for you.
Just throw them out, dude.
We don't have any luggage. Someone stole ours. Hopefully she put some money in her shoe. That's all I can say. Sir, your trunks arrived a few days ago. Boy, are they sure heavy. Ah, yes, of course. My, it sure gets dark here at night. It is like Transylvania, too.
It's an REO Speedwagon.
Oh, clever. Did she like REO Speedwagon? Lucky.
No, that's the type. It's think of the Stanley steamers.
Gotcha.
So it's a period of the time.
Gotcha. Clever. Clever.
So, if you think of the Stanleys, and that was, I think, based off of the Stanley steamer vehicles and stuff.
I didn't realize that. Lucky for you, I made this trip many times. Used to be, folks would come out here in the summers for recreation. And before my time, settlers came to this area in hopes of building lives for themselves. But once the mines were used up, there wasn't much reason for them to stay. The soil ain't that good. Have you seen the damn birds that I can't say?
Cormorants.
Cormorants. I'm hoping to see some. Yeah, they nest above the cliffside. Stay away, though. They don't like being disturbed, particularly during nesting season, which happens to be right now.
Don't bother Canadian geese either. They get vicious.
Are they Canadian geese?
No.
Yes. Okay, so if you're wild about birds, I'd let them alone. You do more harm than good. And besides, tomorrow morning, I'll be taking you right back to the train station. You won't have any time to go looking for them. About what time of night is it right now? Have any other diamonds been found around the lodge? First of all, no way to know if that rock even came from around here. That's a good point. I've lived in this area for years and ain't never seen any diamonds, so I know for a fact that it didn't come from these parts.
It's a double negative. Ain't never.
Ain't never. So he's not as educated as he seems, right? They say that the man cut it out of the belly of a fish. That diamond could have come from anywhere upstream. You folks are wasting your time. Sorry to say. Who cares about shiny rocks anyway? No use to anybody. We shall see about that. Your travel-weary companions resist your attempt at chit-chat. It seems that Kimmy and Albert have fallen asleep, although in the almost complete darkness, it's hard to tell. Either that or he's lying with the double negative and hoping you'll think he's uneducated. I'll give you a score for that one. It's impossible for Jack to hear you from the back seat above the cacophony of the engine and the automobile rattling over the rough country road. You decide it would be best not to distract him anyway.
Fly off the cliff.
Well, I was trying to figure out, it looks very dark and very nighttime. Here we are.
And they said several hours. I'm kind of like, is it really that long?
He did say it was several hours to get to the house, so now it's even later. And they haven't eaten, right? I mean, wow, it's spectacular. You know what? I don't mind having more bodies in the lodge. Feels not so empty. Feels like old times. Make yourself at home while you're here. Thanks, Jack. I can use Rose's voice. Welcome to the Crimson Lodge.
For Jack?
No, for Rose.
Well, you just said that with...
I know. Welcome. I saw if you were paying attention.
This jellyfish lamp is awesome.
I know. I saw it. It's so zen. I want one.
Is it like a lava lamp?
It's so... I'm going to show you it because it's really awesomely cool. It's like it's a lava lamp. Ooh, I've heard something about the bears, so... let me...
I'm going to my room. Bears lose 49 to -3.
Hey, Bears could have a good season. Don't even think that is a deal. All right?
Miss Kashiro, Miss Maple, your bedroom's upstairs.
This is Kitty's lava lamp. I mean,
oh, yeah, it does actually look like...
a jellyfish lamp. The jellyfish move around in it. It's a concept as a lava lamp, but it's even cooler. And it kind of reminds me of the planet lamp that we have up there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not as cool as Kitty's lamp. I want one. 12 o'clock, you gonna have some lunch?
You got a cat toy.
I did. Today I bought the cats a new cat toy, and they are loving it. The bedroom across the hall from you, that's Mr. Richard's suite. Try to keep quiet and stay out of his way, won't you? He shares the suite with Margot. She's his lady friend. I'm in the bedroom right next to yours, along with Mr. Shaw, the lawyer,
that's
probably.
The lawyer.
Albert demanded the use of my bedroom, so that's where he is. Don't know why he was so insistent, but the customer is always right, eh? Sorry. That's the smallest bedroom and wasn't really meant for guests. Nessa's room is across the hall from Albert. I'd stay away from her if I was you. After I get this luggage upstairs, I'm going to start up some supper. Wouldn't do to have you all starve, yeah? I think it was only 15 or something. I don't remember. Muck's got it. Got it for me as a present. Nice. All right, baby looks like he's trying to stay up, so we'll be right back again. Okay. Why don't you explore the lodge a little and talk to the other folks? Most important, stay out of my hair. I'm a busy man. Not literally, of course. Yeah, hey, sure. AC White Raven, hello. Welcome in. We are playing the full game of Crimson Diamond. We played this game 5 years ago at the demo. And Chad did the Mac port for the demo and also for the full game, working with the developer, Julia Minamata. Right?
Yes.
Did you let her know we were playing it? Oh, and if you want a shower tonight, use the upstairs bathroom near the stairs. It's very pink. You can't miss it.
Pink is my favorite color.
Wonder if Nat's still here. How many places do I gotta set at the table tonight? Quite a few. You and Kimmy head upstairs to your bedroom. You don't have any luggage to unpack, but you hang your hat and coat on the footboard of your bed and consider yourself settled in. Do you have a train ticket out of this place? Your luggage. She's got a purse, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's the only thing.
Coat.
She has a purse, she has her coat, she has a hat. She doesn't have her kit. And chapter 1. Introductions. Nice. Yeah, it's really cool. So will you show me things that are different from the demo?
Yeah.
Do that. Okay. To move Nancy, you can click the feed icon on your target destination. Yeah, definitely. Or you can use the arrow keys to move. I should talk to everyone and get to know them a little before dinner. Your notebook will tell you what you need to do to progress through the game. Could she also be French?
From what I've heard, it was, if you're going to talk about like potential history of things, somebody like Nancy, and you'll see a little, I can't spoil anything. It's okay, at the end of the game, but
don't spoil it.
Kind of like potential Irish heritage. So she might have a slight Irish heritage.
Oh, so she might.
And then you get somebody like Kimmy, whose family immigrated from Japan.
Oh, so she's Japanese.
Her parents, so like that lineage and stuff like that. So you get some of these different things and kind of. The population, so, some similarities of both Canada and the United States and various different people around the world coming to live in North America.
And I get that, but those are some of the hardest accents because...
Don't do it then.
I won't. I'll do normal voices. I'll just do emphasis. And essential objectives that must be completed to progress in the game will be marked with an XX. Okay.
Type review and then time to check your current goals.
Okay. Seeing as I lost my luggage, I don't have much to amuse myself. Amuse. I was waiting for that. For your amusement. My amusement, Mr. Nuzu. Sorry, we were doing a Game Grumps thing that they do when they play Breath of the Wild.
I'm trying to think, was it Breath of the Wild or was it...
It's Breath of the Wild.
I know there was another one, probably my favorite one, where they're joking about how showing that this suit was meant for Link or something like that, and eventually Muzu then looks at the stars and screams obscenities at her.
They may have used that character in it, but they're doing Breath of the Wild because they're meeting. They're at the fish world, and they meet.
That's called
Nuzu. Muzu. And he calls it Nuzu.
No, Link will be Nuzu. So get rid of Muzu for my amusement.
For my amusement. Anyway, Game Grumps, watch him. Actually, that's sounds fishy to me. Boobies, my kid, boobies. Perhaps if I take a look around, time will pass a bit faster.
Or was it Lucy Dreaming? Was that the thing about that had fish and chips in it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that had a chippy shop.
If A.C. White Raven would have just gotten on earlier, I could have asked him what UK uses on fish and chips or chips. Just chips. So, but we learned about 6 different ingredients, including curry sauce, ketchup, cheese, chip spice.
Are you trying to think about all the different things that they wanted to put on chips or something?
Gravy. I'm almost there.
Salt and vinegar.
And it probably was salt and vinegar. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. When I was in 6th grade, we each had to do a country report, and generally it was a European country. So myself and another girl, we both did England, and what she did, she brought in salt and vinegar potato chips as part of her report.
Got it. So perhaps if I take a look around, time will pass a bit faster.
I was also reading about the fish and chips, like what type of fish do they use? And it's not just UK. It's
also
a
haddock?
It's a whole bunch of things. It kind of depends on where it is. So if it's like New Zealand or Australia or Canada or even the US, the UK, wherever, India. So it often depends on what type of fish is plentiful, especially if it's kind of like a cheap, inexpensive type of meal. So cod and haddock were definitely mentioned.
Okay.
Lots of other kind of whitefish or whatever. Sometimes there are even some places that they used like shark or something like that.
I wonder if it's the waters are colder there. So
it depends on it's not like just whatever's available and types of fishing techniques and whatnot. So
who knew that? Okay, type look in the text parser is a good way to get your bearings. All right, look room. This is a bedroom you are sharing with Gimme. A pair of twin beds matching nightstands are set against the east wall. Kimmy has claimed the bed closest to the fireplace, a clever move on her part as summer nights are still chilly this far north. It's kind of selfish in a way for Kimmy to take that because she has no luggage, she has no nightgown, she's going to sleep in her dress in a cold bed, and it's not exactly like she could sleep in her coat, I guess. A door and okay, Kimmy is here. Do you want to talk to Kimmy or hug Kimmy? You aren't much of a hugger.
Aw.
Talk to Kimmy. I've never been to a place like this before. I'm excited to explore and I love meeting new people. Yes, you are the inquisitive type, aren't you?
So be quiet.
Jack did invite you to introduce yourself to everyone else, after all. It's only polite.
Me? I'm going to hide.
I most certainly am. Would you like to join me?
I don't like people. I only like birds.
No, thanks, Nancy. I'm exhausted. That bumpy ride from the train station has left me a little bit frazzled, and I had this lady who wouldn't shut up so I could sleep on the train. Well, we both fell asleep. Oh, too soon.
I'm looking forward to some peace and quiet before dinner. Yeah. I can take a hint.
I can take a hint. I'll leave you be. One more thing. While you were asleep, Jack mentioned that some old lodge brochures stored in the curios cabinet's drawer.
That's new.
That
was not in the original demos.
But she's not a newspaper reporter. She's just a mineralogist. But they were meant for guests back when the lodge was used as an inn. And even though we may not stay long, he said we're welcome to take them as keepsakes. Okay. I can live with that story.
When you lived in Germany, was it like mayonnaise was a lot more common? Was that something you'd have with pommes?
Uh-huh.
Yuck.
Mayonnaise and ketchup. Mayo and
ketchup,
soup.
Because when I was reading about fish and chips, I didn't see anything say use mayonnaise.
Well, you know where I learned my love of paprika? Because they use paprika as a spice. From Kitty. And then actually, I have a much more appreciation of paprika, and every time I reach into the cabinet, I make sure it's not cayenne pepper.
Well, they're both spicy. But...
And they look similar, so it was an honest mistake. Okay, Kimi Kishiro is a petite Asian lady in her 30s. She is ruggedly dressed in knickerbockers and sensible shoes. She seems shy and doesn't reveal much about herself. During the train ride, you manage to glean that her family emigrated from Japan in the 1870s. Paprika on everything.
Milk, paprika.
I don't know if milk and paprika would go well together.
Sketchbook.
But I did put on my eggs today. You glance at Kimmy's sketchbook and see some written notes and some rough sketches. One of the sketches looks like it could be of a bridge. My sketches aren't very good. I'm too embarrassed to show them. A note has been added to your notebook. Yes, I remember crossing a bridge on the train today. Why are you hiding a bridge in your sketchbook?
Drawing.
Oh, drawing. Why are you drawing? You like bridges and birds, right? Is that the way it is? Birds aren't my only interest. I also like traveling to see architecture and public works.
Like the Sulaks.
Yes. Drawing them is a challenge, but I feel like I understand them and remember them more when I do.
Makes me think of Charlie Watts, who reportedly would draw the beds of hotels he'd stay in.
Oh. Each to their own, I suppose. I heard there were nesting cormorants. Cormorants in this region. Nowadays, they're rare. Fishermen kill them because they think the birds eat up all the fish. But it's not true, poor things.
Cormorant quest. Bird quest.
I only think about cormorant kind of in the books that J.K. Rowling wrote in her pseudonym. And that guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was similar to his name.
Yeah.
It might be.
I'd have to go take a look. It's not cormorant, but I thought I might be able to see great horned owls or even short-eared owls.
I can read it.
It's still summer.
Or great gray owls. They're the largest in Ontario.
Let's go about geese.
Okay.
No.
You can't use geese. Look, painting. Triptych of small woodcuts on colored paper hang in silver frames. A black and white photograph of a mountain hangs over the fireplace. Can't you just type L?
I'll try that.
The fieldstone fireplace looks like it would come in handy on chilly nights. There's a fireplace tool stand next to it. There's some powdery soot accumulating in the fireplace. So I'm curious, where are you putting that? Okay.
It's in our pocket, I guess. Game logic.
Okay.
It mostly makes sense, but...
No, I'm cool. You can have your own lunch here in a few minutes. I'm going with it, all right? I think Jack said some old lodge brochures are stored in the curio cabinet in me and Kimmy's bedroom. Hint, hint. You don't see anything interesting.
Tools, okay.
Okay. The fireplace stand holds a shovel and a poker.
Good. Poker.
The poker might poke through your pocket and puncture your legs.
This
there
is
you
not
go.
Phantasmagoria, folks.
You don't pick up everything, right?
Not everything.
Please don't touch my things. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want her. Your wool coat is a bit threadbare, but it was your mom's, and it's your safety blanket.
Wool.
I noticed you said your mom's. Okay. Open curio cabinet?
Oh, drawer.
Or do you just want to, look first? You open it. The fancy glass paned curio cabinet is full of fine items. A pair of intricately decorated silver steins catch your eye. You gonna steal it?
One other thing. A couple of years ago, I won some swag also. Might have been actually from Lorien Coal Stream or something, but
yeah.
I got a mug, have a shirt, so.
It's kind of the least you could get, right, for work.
Well, it wasn't through that. I think it was just part of something else, but
That's fine. Okay.
Steins.
Look, Steins, although you aren't much of a drinker, you do appreciate the fine silver beer Steins.
Some of them are really kind of cool to look at.
Oh, can you look at the Steins?
Well, that was about the closest we can do.
The curio drawer is stuffed with old brochures back from when the lodge was still being run as an inn.
It's kind of like those brochures you see at the front of a motel now and stuff. Like, go explore the amazing wonders of Kansas.
Hopefully no one from the stream is as from Kansas.
Actually, it was probably more interesting and useful than when I've looked it up. It's like, tourism in Kansas, and then it goes agritourism in Kansas. Like, yay.
Yay.
Come see the corn.
Come see the corn. Stay for the...
Nah, never mind. Get out.
In other words, stay for the tornadoes. Yeah. You pick up one of the lodge's brochures. You can also ask characters about different topics. Try asking Kimmy about the brochures, or just ask about brochures.
Ask about brochure.
I like brochures of places I visited. It's nice of Jack to offer the lodge brochures to us. Though I wonder if he's just trying to get rid of them, as the lodge is no longer in business as an inn. Type map in the parser to open up the lodge brochure and see the map. Oh, that's why we want the brochure. See the map inside, or you can type brochure. All right.
Map.
Well, you're very, very courteous to close the door. Okay. So we got quite a large place.
We're just playing this straight up, so it's not the Steam version, but one of the Steam achievements is opening like every drawer and door possible. And there's a lot. Like, not since Quest for Glory 4 do you have the chance to open this many various cabinets and drawers and doors.
Cool. So, how much does it cost on Steam?
Oh, this game costs a very reasonable $15,
okay,
which is available on Steam, itch.io, and there's another one. I think it's called Fireflower Games or something.
So not GOG or...
Not GOG at this time. GOG
okay,
is, I think, a little more... It sounds like GOG is more difficult to get into. They don't just let anybody in, even Lorien Coal with their latest game, Summer Days at Hero U. They're on Steam, but they mentioned, like, they submitted to GOG, and, GOG rejected it, maybe saying, like, well, we don't think that you're going to sell enough copies, and even Corey Cole said they were right.
Okay.
And then there's, I think, a consideration that a lot of the sales are probably going to be at the beginning, so if it's something that's going to be available, hopefully that's something you can get done early on.
Okay. Are we going to look out the window?
Okay, look out window.
The windows offer breathtaking views of the dense forest below.
It's dark outside.
We're going to look at our bed. Ask about family. I was born in Vancouver, British Columbia. My parents immigrated from Japan. They have a farm in Vancouver where they grow flowers and a little flower shop. I'm so proud of their hard work.
I don't think I've asked about that before, so that's just kind of neat, all the little details, and how many times I've played through the demo before, and you just keep finding other little things. So, I mean, the number of screens in this game is not super duper huge, so I think that helps in being able to, hey,
hi Summer B. Hey, thank you for rating. Woohoo, Crimson Diamond.
Yes. Speaking of one of the amazing beta testers for this game, who has found a lot of wonderful little things, and actually this game is done pretty well, but the amazing beta testers have found just like weird little goofy things. Generally, it'll be something like just, oh, you need like a period or a comma is missing, maybe a typo or something. Occasionally you get something like, well, if you're testing this on the third Sunday of the month and there's a full moon out that night, then you're in chapter 5 in a certain spot, there's a funny little glitch or something, weird little things that it makes it challenging to even reproduce such issues. But
so did you find glitches then when you were doing the Mac port that were notable?
Just in the game, there's been like a few things I've even found, and even not even just this one. Sometimes you just try something weird, like, oh, I brought up the menu on the screen and something weird happened and stuff like that.
Yeah, we did find some interesting stuff. Yeah.
And even through my playthrough, there'll be occasionally things like you go and try to do or say things, and something might be not appropriate at that point any longer and stuff, whereas if you had the point and click, it might limit what you're able to say or do at certain points. So having the text parser definitely allows for a lot more flexibility, but there's also the challenge of being able to handle things and also other different situations about things. How do you deal with things? So
why did she do black walls in the log cabin?
Maybe it's just shadows
do
or
all
something.
Okay. So type help or H. So hi, thank you. Well, hydrate.
Roast.
Yes, roast. Do you know that it's actually bad luck to toast with water? I think I read that. Okay. Just wondering if you knew that. So I think those are meant to be shadows. Got you. Because it kind of like stuck as like, did they paint? See, like even that's kind of dark. And I was just wondering if that
probably
was
shadows. So.
A masterful oil painting is framed and hung at the end of the upstairs hallway. The plaque reads L. Harris.
Yeah, there are a number of paintings and posters in this game which are based off of real things. And there are some things like advertising absinthe. And so there's things, if you look up like Art Nouveau, absinthe, you'll see and these are just very pixelated variants of things.
Absinthe, like the drink that
the Green Fairy
that Donnie Boy drank in Phantasmagoria and became kind of wacky.
Yep.
Okay.
So he still does that.
We got him a new cat toy today, and he is just loving it. Okay, so we looked at the painting that was out there, right? Yeah. Did we look at the floor? I mean, we're supposed to be looking, right? I mean, really in-depthly looking, but I know you've played it so much, but I haven't seen it in 5 years. Yeah. Not as bad when he got my cinnamon buns, cleaned off the icing on one, and started eating the buns. Does that remind you of anybody?
Sounds like her grandson.
I'm thinking our grandson.
So I guess his mom.
Well, first of all,
got some crumble cookies.
Crumbles.
Which are like $4 a cookie or something. They're expensive.
Very
cookies.
Expensive cookies. If you guys don't know what they are.
Yeah, so they're very expensive, very rich cookies. I mean, they're good sized cookies, but they're very, very rich.
Oh yeah, they're.
And I guess
big.
Our grandson decided to lick the frosting on every one.
He licked the frosting off this $30 box of cookies. And Mom and Dad were ready to sell them to.
Well, I think for many better reasons, but
sell them to slavery or something, Yeah. Auction them off to the nearest buyer.
The nightstand is
okay.
Empty. So things from the early games, like just playing this game a bunch more, and really looking into things and.
So I do like was that available in the demo that you could just type O to stuff? And
I think so.
I was wondering if L works. I mean, these were just cheap Walmart cinnamon buns, but still, you don't want them licking everyone.
Maybe
There's a roll of white tape in the nightstand drawer. We're going to get tape. Can you do G tape?
Yes, I think you can do that
Until we get his kidneys checked, we're trying to really limit his salt, sugar, and processed foods. Some of these shortcuts are pretty new.
The G was, I think, added pretty new. This is version 1.07b. So
okay.
Examine tape.
Can you eat tape? After not eat tape, E tape. There you go. After you did it. I don't mean for you to eat this.
You don't want to soil your lucky loop by using it. Examine the suit.
Okay.
Aren't you a clever girl?
After heavily scrutinizing the roll of zinc adhesive plaster, you conclude it doesn't benefit from closer examination.
So instead of a magnifying glass, you have like a jeweler's loupe because she loves mineralogy.
I never tried that. It'd be good to test. I was just curious. I mean, she's going to make shortcuts, so perhaps it.
Let's see if that works. Okay,
L works. Cool. This is the master bedrooms Mr. Richard shares with Margot. You feel a little weird about invading their private space, but not enough to steal the tape in the drawer. There's a wardrobe nightstands to the left and the right of the bed. There are two doors in the south wall and a door in the east wall leading back to the hallway. Hey, this is similar to Laura Bow. Help yourself. Do whatever.
You're a visitor. Shit.
You don't have any clothes. Your things got stuck. Can you steal a nightie?
Maybe you could ask Margot,
Somewhere, someone's got to have a nightgown for you, right? The tag has a name, Evan Richards, engraved into it.
Examine tag.
Do E-tag.
Examine chest.
E-chest. That would not benefit. So you just want to keep typing L, and I want to do the shortcuts. So that's where I go. Can you look in the fireplace?
Yes.
Jack does a fine job of keeping this fireplace clean. I'm wondering also, are there hidden hidey holes in the walls where you're going to be able to spy on other people later? Okay.
You get to listen.
Okay, and the bathroom. Can you take a bath and not get killed? The ornate bathtub is the focal point of the room. It's surrounded by a teal curtain.
Bath.
Your pockets aren't big enough to accommodate the bathtub, and if you'd only worn your other skirt.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
There isn't anything in this waste paper basket. We had a
Spambot.
Wisebot is doing its job. Okay, can you wash hands?
Yeah, wash
Can you
hands.
W hands?
I haven't tried that. But it's just great. You can sit, some of the little animations, just all the little extra things. Sometimes when you had early games, sometimes you want to try things and you're like, nah, it doesn't allow you to do that. So
are we still what it was available in the demo, or obviously this
chapter 1 was the first one. There are definitely some improvements, some things that have been added. I mean, it is still pretty much the main gist of the demo, which is chapter 1.
Like I said, so you're knocking on an empty, it's a door. Okay. Open door. Is that her? Talk to Margot. Hello there. It's nice to meet you. My name's Nancy Maple. A pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. I am Margot. Welcome to the Crimson Lodge. How long will you be staying with us? I'm only here tonight, unfortunately. I was sent here by the Royal Canadian Museum on assignment. But Jack says I'm due to leave on the train tomorrow, according to Mr. Richard's wishes. I see. I'm sorry, we won't get to know each other better. Did the note get added that she wants to get to know me better? I'm gonna be on the train. Score! It's so rugged and rustic, so charming. I fell in love with this place as soon as I saw it. Evan, he has let me redecorate a little bit to suit my taste. Ask about Montreal. Born and raised, you simply must see it for yourself. Look her hair.
Oh, that didn't have a response.
Uh-oh. Margot is Evan Richards' paramour. She's more glamorous than you'd expect to see in these parts. Margot has shiny flaxen hair, fair skin, and full lips. She's fashionably attired in a pink damask and ivory lace dress. She seems sweet, but you've met charmers like her before. Is she dealing with Jack? Margot is powdering her nose at her vanity. I suppose she's primping for dinner?
Ask about powder.
Powder is good for ridding oneself of a shiny complexion. Soaks the oils right up. Margot's eyes you critically. You could probably use some, mademoiselle. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, all right? She had her luggage stolen. She's got nothing. The vanity is lit with a pair of sconces. It has drawers on the left, right, and middle. Margot's powder compact is on the vanity, and also might I add that she's been sleeping, so she probably is even more of a mess. There's an elegant something. Get the powder. We steal the powder? You gesture towards the compact questioningly. Margot nods in assent. Okay, at least she's nice enough to give us some. But of course, please do take the powder. You certainly need it, but it won't be for my face, right?
Thanks.
Thanks. So yesterday when I was playing Sherlock Holmes London cases, Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, London cases.
It's nearly empty, and I have another. Please use it for as long as you
I needed it for fingerprint powder. Okay, so that's what I was trying to say, but then I was thinking Sherlock Holmes, but it was actually Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, London cases. Ask about Evan. Mon cher, we met in Crimson a couple years ago. I was terribly lost, and it was so late in the evening. No more trains were running that night, so he invited me to stay at the lodge, and I have not left since then.
Jack.
There used to be many staff here, but now it is only Jack. Evan hired him after he shut down the lodging business and sent everyone else away.
I think that's not quite right. So that's, I think, a slight inconsistency because during the demo or the intro, Jack talks about how it used to be a thriving inn, and that seems like it was closed down just maybe earlier in the year or something like that. But he does mention how it's nice that there's more people here. Kind of feels like old times, but that was all before my time. I only know Jack, and he is a fine man. He is in the kitchen making dinner. It smells so delicious, so we don't even have a cook. He is the cook.
He is the cook. He's the butler. He's the cleaner. He's the
cooking, but he does his best. Simple and wholesome food.
All right. Ask about the food. Oh, mademoiselle, I don't know anything about food. The mannequin form is quite large. Perhaps it was once used in a store's display window.
Look. Necklace.
The size of the necklace pendant leads you to believe it is made of glass.
Examine necklace.
The clear, colorless nugget is an odd
amorphous
shape. It shines with an almost adamantine luster. It's about the size of a grape. It's stunning. Ah, you admiring my necklace? That is a colorless garnet. They are quite rare. Though it is nowhere near as valuable as a diamond, but we decide what is valuable to ourselves, don't we? She isn't wrong. It is from my Evan. Therefore, it is priceless to me. I was wondering, I hope Jack can make cookies better than you. Better than me. I hope so too, AC White Raven. Are you still struggling through the peanut butter and chocolate dry cookies?
Well, red ones.
There are little red ones and clear ones. They are very tiny. The different colors are caused by mineral impurities. Ask about diamonds. Diamonds are the finest of the jewels, fit for royalty.
Gold.
Oh, Mademoiselle Maple, I wish I knew. Ask about sex. You can't use Sapphire. She is, after all, a paramour. Yes, I went there, people. A dark-haired woman in a crimson dress kisses a middle-aged man with a comb-over at the dinner table. You're not sure what this Art Nouveau poster is advertising, as it is in French.
She's from Toronto, doesn't need to know that much.
She got lots of shoes.
Look, shoes.
Most of the shoes on the shelf are high, pointy, and impractical. The lowest shelf, however, does hold some boots. Can you take a boot?
Big boot.
While the boots are more forgivingly sized, you wouldn't dream of wearing another person's boots.
Examine boots.
The boots are all size 5.5. Of course, she's got minor. Baby must be able to tell I'm not feeling good because he's more than happy to play on his own today. That's a good thing, really.
Examine shoes.
The shoes are all size 5.
This is a detail I didn't find until probably a little more recently.
That the shoes were size 5?
That you can actually examine some of these and like, oh, that's a kind of a cool detail.
Okay. Oh, good, Winkers. Enjoy your brat. My shoes are actually a half a size smaller than my boots to leave room for thicker socks. Am I a size 5 shoe? The yellow hat has a wide brim perfect for sunny days. Can you take the hat? A wardrobe. Open the wardrobe. And can you walk in and search? Sorry, you can't do that. Search wardrobe. Can you do S for search?
Maybe, but...
You are so consistently wanting to type out these full words. You take the blue hat down from the shelf and mannequin head and all. The red silk rose on the blue hat is exquisite and the stitching is minute and even. Okay, so you can take down the hat, but you can't take the hat, right?
Yeah.
Open the drawers. Man, you are a Snoopy sniffer, aren't you? This chest of drawers holds Margot's delicates. You need a pair, so steal one, right? Negligees, brasiers. You stop looking through the doors and close them, your face slightly flushed. So can you get the undies or not? Get hat.
Get a blue hat.
Oh, see, you can take the blue hat.
Oh, okay. If you want to.
Oh, you can just bring it down.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you want to grab the different hats?
Not yet. Other than you can do it.
Okay, you just prove to yourself, yes, I can do this. Got it. The bright teal color of this hat isn't faded in the slightest. The underside of the brim is the same gorgeous hue. Can you look at the wallpaper? The walls in here are the same clashing pattern combination as in Margot's boudoir. So this chest of drawers holds Margot's blouses. There are 3 drawers and they all hold blouses. You close the drawers. So obviously you're not stealing any of her clothes until she ends up dead. Look at her.
Wow, dark.
When Margot stores her purses, it appears she empties them of their contents. Hey, my spidey senses are up there, and I played Laura Bow, so I got kind of a feeling for what could or might not occur. Nessa and Corvus, they came up from the city a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure she doesn't like me, but I barely know her. She is Evan's older sister, and once she heard about the diamonds, she brought her lawyer to the lodge with her. Mon cher has been under so much stress lately. She is probably in the parlor. Ask about Jordan almonds. I prefer cakes and cookies to confectionaries, but not too much. We must stay trim, yes. We wouldn't want to be replaced. Sure. Sure, of course she would. Her looks and everything would matter greatly. But of course, after dinner, Jack and I might make a batch of cookies. My Evan loves cookies. They're making cookies, AC White Raven!
Thumbprint cookies are Mon Cher's
Thumbprint
favorites.
cookies are Mon Cher's favorites. We can't coat them with nuts. He is allergic. Ever since he was a boy, it is a pity because I love nuts, score, but I don't mind foregoing them to keep him safe. Yet his own sister would bring almonds into his house.
That's a jerk.
We don't get to choose our families, do we?
Ask about cookies.
How do you know about the nuts? Are they on the table or are they...
Makes the most delicious cookies. They're filled with homemade jam from raspberries he grows himself.
They have Swedish name, Alengrata, which means raspberry cave. Isn't that delightful? And sometimes I help Jack make them. My Evans say they are almost as sweet as I am. Okay, no, stop. Don't type another word. Where do you see the nuts in this picture?
I've know of them because we'll get to them. So I was just asking her because we're here. So
he's talking about nuts and there's nothing in the room. So I was massively confused because I don't know. So don't jump ahead.
It was
Stay
in the demo.
room.
It was in the demo. So
the demo was 5 years ago, folks, and about 1 million games after.
I'll be upstairs preparing for you. Ask about Corvus the lawyer.
Okay, Corvus. I try to be friendly, but he is all business.
Okay.
Okay. Ask about Nat. He is the quiet one. He visits here often. I think he and Evan are friends, but sometimes I think I hear them arguing. I last saw them in the conservatory. He likes the view there. Okay, so she's got nothing going on with anybody. I thought maybe Jack, but okay, we'll see. But these other people, Nat, who the hell are they?
Jack mentions them real briefly.
Okay. Did we mention them already?
We'll meet him. So
I recently learned there are a lot of nut allergies, and are linked to tree pollen allergies. Apparently, is a compound that is same or similar in both that causes many of the allergies. And when that's the case, cooking the nuts often removes the allergy because the compound breaks down when heated. That is interesting. I don't have any allergies except to penicillin. And even that won't kill me. It just makes me break out.
But in this case, as we'll find out, Evan has a bad nut allergy that could potentially kill him and stuff like that.
We just found that out.
Yeah.
This is the bedroom Jack is sharing with Corvus. Judging from the crate haphazardly filled with clothes, Jack didn't get much notice regarding this new living arrangement. So where was Jack living prior? There is a large dresser set against the back wall containing many small drawers. There is a pitcher and a drinking glass on the top. You can also see low coffee table, a writing desk, bookcase, plush armchair, and a pair of bed. Yes, I'm so glad that Ollie loves the new toy too. A door in the west wall leads back to the upstairs hallway.
Search box.
I had so many allergies, including nuts and some antibiotics, but not penicillin. It's interesting to know your allergies, and the older you get, the more allergies seem to appear.
You peer into the shiny, well-maintained shoes. Thanks to the loop, you can read the size printed on the sole, even though it's a bit faded.
Okay,
14.
What are the size? I see the shoes are size 14. Seeing as they are set down by Corvus's bed, I think it's safe to assume they are his shoes, and that gets noted. Where's your notebook? The water glass and the pitcher are set on the dresser. Closer inspection doesn't reveal much, except the jug and the drinking glass look untouched. Are you also starting to notate fingerprints?
Yeah, we don't have that yet, but it's definitely something to keep in mind.
Okay, can I look at the painting of the cat?
Yeah, here, you type. I'm going to have to be back in a few seconds.
Oopsies. Can I just type, look, L cat, L painting? I'm looking the wrong way. I don't even think it's going to know. Whoops. This is why I don't type those. Oil paintings are hung over 2 beds in this room. One features a majestic mountain range, and the other depicts a tuxedo cat lying on the grass surrounded by flowers. So yeah, I mean, it is a fact that you can... that cat reminds me of the sweetest stray I've ever met. A tuxedo cat, just like that. I think Tarks has a tuxedo cat as well, named Tiki. Kitty. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so... Look. Drawers. The drawers have an elegant polished brass pulls. Okay. I'm doing the shortcuts as it's easy, and the less I have to type, the better for me. The more successful I would be in this game. Open drawers. Look at me open all 6 drawers. The baby is trying to bury me in squishmallows. What are squishmallows? Look. Well, drawers? If they're, oh no, search. Okay, I'm going to try S. S, drawers. So I have a theory that if it's a verb like open, look, examine, that's what she's looking for. But hopefully search drawers work. After searching through all the drawers, you find moth-eaten socks, loose buttons, single shoelace, and other sort of bric-a-brac. Animal pillows. Got it. Cute. Mr. Baby, he's so cute. Nothing too interesting in there. Okay, look, lamp. So I was told you can really search extensively. The desk lamp is an electric model of surprisingly modern convenience. There is a pair of matching floor lamps with blue shades. Aw, and now he's adding stuffed animals. Nice. Okay, and look. Bed. The 2 single beds are set up in the opposite corners of the room. The bed is neatly made. Okay, there's also, it looks like a desk. So we can look... Desk. I have a theory when I play these and I have to type that I always look first and then I open. I guess examine is the same as look, but I open and then I search or get. The writing desk hosts a blotter, a lamp, and a cup of pencils. So let's try the verb get with the G, pencils.
Be virtual.
Oops, you can't use G pencils because I didn't put a space. So let's try it again with a G, pencils. You never like getting smudges on your hand.
Yeah, we're carrying around a pocket full of soot.
Imagine that. Okay, so I was searching the desk. Mm-hmm. So if we can go back to look at the desk again, I think there's a blotter, a lamp, and some pencils, but there might be something else. Has the game ever crashed when you played it?
Not that I can think of.
The leather blotter is dyed a brilliant green. Lift blotter. Is there a key? There's nothing under the blotter.
Not dagger of mineralogy.
So the blotter is that's what this thing would be called, and
It's a blotter.
I did not know the name of it. Sorry. There are things I'm learning. Can you open up the desk? Is there drawers? I opened up those drawers and all the drawers are open, so you still got to look in the drawers. You only find moth-eating socks, loose buttons, single shoelace, and other bric-a-brac. There's nothing of interest there. Can you look under the bed? So I was doing L. Look, the bed is so neatly made, you can't think of a good reason to alter its current state. But the other bed, I haven't looked at. The satchel looks like the type you use. Carry, important. Can you open satchel? Corvus's satchel, of course, is locked. And Corvus is the lawyer, right?
Yep.
2 single beds are set up in the opposite corners of the room. This bed is neatly made as well. Can you look under his bed? Or is it going to think, once again, same answer. So one's got their clothes sloppily all over and hanging off. That must be the butler.
That's Jack's.
Or Jack. You know these kind of books you see in the bed and breakfasts that are there for decoration and seem completely uninteresting? These are those kind of books. Oh, nice. You can just type save game and there we go. I'm surprised you didn't do Ong Fong. Usually you do that. What about the garbage can right next to the desk? Are there more things to look at in this room that we are rushing past?
Not too much at this moment.
There isn't anything in the waste paper basket. Can you do garbage can instead of waste paper basket?
You could say look in bin, I think.
There isn't anything. Try garbage can.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of good synonyms.
Can you pull on the curtains or close the curtains? You like the view, so you decide to leave the curtains open.
Nice.
Can you look out the window? Is there a different view or a different... The large window offers a breathtaking view of the dense forest below. That's the same as in your... It's dark outside, Mel. Okay, so we've looked at the luggage and we've looked at everything and now we're leaving. So Chad is determined we're going to go. Otherwise, we'll be stuck forever playing this game because I would touch and taste and look and kiss and do everything. Everything. Anything. Okay. Look, this is a pretty large bedroom. There's a love seat and an armchair arranged around a low table. There's a wardrobe, dresser, and painted cupboard. The door in the east wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. Is this the sister's room?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, box. There's a jewelry box made of fine wood and has a brass lock. So I'm guessing that box is locked, right? The lock seems sturdy. The smooth wood is shiny and well polished. The jewelry box is locked.
Break box.
You aren't a vandal. Open suitcase. Nessa's luggage is locked. That would not benefit from closer examination. That would also not benefit. Can you look at her desk? There isn't anything. Stop. Should say, you garbage digger. What are you doing? We aren't going to be digging through the garbage in this game. Maybe we will, though. Walk closer to it,
maybe
all right?
There, so
that's the armoire, right? Open wardrobe. Can you type open armoire? You open it. Search armoire. The wardrobe is empty. You suppose Nessa hasn't had a chance to unpack.
she's been here for a few weeks.
Yeah. Maybe she's waiting for Jack to do it. You open, look inside, look in the drawer. The drawer is empty. Maybe Nessa prefers to live out of her suitcase. You ever think about that, Mel? Open drawers. Here we go. I love how we open all the drawers. Okay, look in the drawers. The painted drawers are empty. Open cabinet. You open, it reminds me of going to a hotel room and you never unpack your suitcase and you don't put things in the drawers because you're afraid you're going to leave them behind when you leave the building. Okay, open cupboard. You open the right cupboard, it's empty, right? You open, yeah. She doesn't trust, she doesn't unpack. The leftmost cupboard is empty. You suppose Nessa may prefer to live out of her suitcase. The right-hand cupboard is empty. Maybe Nessa doesn't intend on staying for too long. Or maybe she thinks of it as a hotel room and not necessarily a house. Look in the drawers. The drawers are empty. Go figure that, you know.
Well, let's do sit.
Oh, nice. You sit down on someone else's bed and couch. Can you sit on the bed? You don't want to sleep right now. And what if you miss dinner? What the heck time is it? Is there a clock anywhere in this place? Listen at the door. You don't hear voices. Don't you need a cup or something to be put in your...
Yeah.
Okay. Leave me alone. Whoever it is, I am busy. Look, knob. You can't use that. Look in the keyhole. The door to the left leads to Nessa's bedroom. The door to the right leads to Albert's. Look at Albert's door. You don't look keyhole. You can't use the keyhole in that. Okay, so look lock. Okay. Open the door. He told you were busy. Are you going in there? He might do something. He's putting his clothes away. Open wardrobe. Okay, great. You open it right in front of him. Examine his shoes. Why would I do this? Okay. It's a good thing he doesn't toss me on the bed and have his way with me or anything like that. He's too
fat,
stuffy and uptight to do something like that, you know? He'd be the one to be peeking through the window at you while you're getting dressed. Kindly stay out of my way, miss. I'm busy unpacking my things. He did warn us that he was busy, but look at his desk. Ask about Antwerp. It would be a little rude to start asking anything, right? Talk to Albert. Hello, Mr. Respa. How are you settling in? Please, miss, I'm busy at the moment. He's busy. He doesn't want to talk. Please, I'm busy. He's busy. Please, I'm busy.
Please, Eddie.
Can you tell me where the bathroom is? I'm busy. The desk has a small functional drawers. Albert has put a couple of geology and mineralogy books on the desk. See, unlike Nessa, he's packing and unpacking like he's staying for months. The geology and the whole looks as good as new.
Read books.
Maybe he likes the titles are in German, so you can't read them. But from the pictures on the cover, you surmise they are about minerals, so he's German.
But he's supposedly from Antwerp.
Antwerp is where?
Belgium.
Well, can you be from Belgium and have learned German in school? And okay, I'm rationalizing that one.
There's just been a lot of kind of interesting things that after playing chapter 1 so many times, you find little interesting details like,
Okay, So he probably has a strong German accent, or at least a Belgian one. Look at the suitcase. There are two identical large chests at the foot of the bed. There are, open. You're going to open the chest right in front of him? What on earth are you doing? Get away from my luggage. You got to do that one with emphasis. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Get away from my luggage. It just doesn't seem to work for me. Anyway, all right. Okay. Get away from my luggage.
Look.
The upstairs closet is where Jack stores the bedding, towels, and cleaning implements. Some spare furniture is stored here, too. You see a huge wardrobe, a green trunk, and a blue trunk. Are there clothes in that trunk that I could borrow to sleep at night? A door in the east wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. There's also paint cans. Look, Shelves, okay. One shelf stands at the back wall, full of battered books. Another shelf is by the door and holds linen and towels. Get towels. The bathrooms are already well stocked, and your bed doesn't require additional bedding. Can you get the books? Look books. All these books have water damage, broken spines, and loose pages. Read books. Unfortunately, that doesn't accomplish anything. Bored already? Not enough to look at. You want to go look at what's her face is Margot's underpants, all right? Examine lock. The padlock is still in very good condition. It appears to have spent most of its life indoors, attached to the blue trunk, and possibly in this very closet. What year is it?
1914.
Where's the telephone? I bet this thing would secure just about anything.
Yeah, they're also up in the boondocks, so.
What do they send messages by carrier pigeon?
Cormorant.
The blue by cormorants. Don't forget, those are. Keep your hands off my silky drawers. Keep your hands off AC White Raven's undies. Open blue trunk. The trunk has a big padlock on it, which requires a key. Guess what you don't have?
Yeah, let's just open
wardrobe. You open it, search it. Why would you look first? The wardrobe is full of dusty and cobwebbly old junk. There's a cane, a blanket, an old lamp, and some books. Do you want to get the cane? You decide to leave the cane for someone who would need it.
Like Colonel Dijon.
Get lamp. The old lamp is probably broken and probably a house for spiders. Better leave it alone. You sold me, chick. It didn't take much. You just mentioned the magic word. You don't feel the need to paint anything.
Good.
That's Jack's job. You really don't want to sit down in the dusty closet. How about the green one?
Yeah, it's
probably also padlocked. The green trunk still looks sturdy, though looks like it's seen better days. And that trunk is, of course, left. Okay, so nothing's
interesting
here right yet. Maybe you find a key and then you're searching around. There's a books over there. Are those books something?
More blind books.
Handy keyboard shortcuts. Control A for ask about. Control T for talk to. Control L for look at. Control E for examine. WWE will walk you to the east exit if it exists. There's an open door. Hey, that I would put on a cool. That I would definitely put on my cell phone to remind myself, because but Chad likes to take that look. The Art Nouveau poster is an advertisement for Absinthe, featuring an auburn-haired woman in a sheer robe. Can you read it, or is it in French? The course of action yields no result. Look, plates. A trio of pretty decorative plates sit on a small curio shelf. Is this room changed? These plates are delightful where they are. Perhaps there are plainer plates for you to use elsewhere. Look. Bookshelf. The bookshelf contains a set of classic literature as well as a number of storybooks. There is also a framed photograph. Can you look room?
Yeah.
The photographs appear to be of Evan and Nessa's parents posed in front of a newly built lodge. The spare room is brightly decorated and inviting. There's a love seat, a fancy lamp, and some decorative plates. A door in the west wall leads back to the upstairs hallway. Was television invented yet?
No. I mean, keep in mind, even radio might have been very early or something, so.
Okay. Oh, well, is this the shower that kills you?
Yeah.
Open cabinet. Search cabinet, look in cabinet. The medicine cabinet contains the usual remedies you expect to find: Dr. Kilmer's swamp root, Mayer's system regulator and tonic, red cloverleaf pills, a bottle of Cataraw remedy, and Beechman's patent pills. Can you take the pills? All the medicine appears to be old and expired. Why would you have that in the room? Is that off the sitting room we're in now or across the hall? Okay, all right. Use the toilet. Close the cabinet. Okay, yeah, but use the toilet. You close the door leading out to the upstairs main hallway. Very important. A little privacy would be nice. Okay, wash your hands. What if you leave and not wash your hands? Are there points in this game? Are you gathering points like a Sierra game or no?
Not quite in the traditional
right.
ones. It's after each chapter, I might kind of give you an indication of how well you did in your investigations and finding things.
All right, I got to stand for just a few minutes. Is there anything new about this?
So, I mean, not other than now, if you want to try to take a shower.
Okay, hang on just a second. Don't do it. Or you could do it and that's fine. So
Yeah.
you turn on the water, pull the lever. Look, bathtub. In the far end of the tub,
Okay,
there are bathtub faucets. Pull valve. You pull the shower valve.
Yeah, okay.
Did you forget to take off your clothes? Okay, take off I think some privacy, so you don't even get to see that scene. Oh yeah, you got a towel. Get in the tubs with the towel on? Okay, why not? I thought you'd close the curtains and
That's what she's doing now.
she wanted privacy. She took off her clothes. All right, well, there's a scene for you, Easy White Raven. Oh no, we're dead. How are we dead? It's just psycho.
A nod to
Guess what? That's why you saved.
request.
That's why you saved the game. Are you psycho? You should be more careful. Thanks for playing. You aren't looking too sharp, haha. And guess what? You should never take a shower in a place that you don't know. Warning to the wise: don't shower unless you didn't lock the door. And he doesn't have a secret passage to get into the bathtub to. Well, it makes sense if you didn't lock the door. Can you shower in peace now? He tried the door. She should have a jiggle effect on the door.
Did you hear someone?
There you go.
The bathroom door.
Probably just the sound of plumbing. Nothing to worry about.
Ah, that was refreshing.
That was refreshing. The game is autosave. Turn off the water. The water stops flowing from the shower head. Pull the valve. The shower valve is pulled. You push the shower valve. Get dressed. What if you try to leave with the water? You can't do that right now. Get out of the tub. A little privacy.
Oh, hand.
Yeah. Okay. Look, poster. The woman with voluminous whiplash hair is advertising cigarettes in the Art Nouveau poster. Get dressed. That's my whiplash. All right. Can you look in the mirror? It's you, all right. Can you look in the garbage can? No, thanks. Look in the bin. There isn't anything in the. Did you flush the toilet after you used it?
Yeah, there's a flush.
Okay. Did you take any toilet paper for later, for if you sneeze?
Or need a.
Either that isn't here, or you see no need. Well, it is
Not
there.
Space Quest 2.
All right. You know what? I'm in a creepy place. I don't have my bearings. You know, you could look under the rug. Maybe there's a key there. You don't see anything noteworthy. Well, you're nice and squeaky fresh, and you didn't die this time, so I guess let's continue exploring. Are all of these on the same floor? No, we just took the stairs. Now we're down. Is there a chandelier that's going to fall on your head when you're walking through here? Okay. What is this? Examine. Why don't you look? The mudroom has a tiled floor, making it easier to clean. There's a low basin for washing off boots. There's a wooden storage area with lockers, drawers, basket, and cubbies for boots. So if I need a boot, this is where I want to go get one. Or if I need to take a footprint. A door in the west leads to the main floor hallway, and a door to the east leads outside. There's also a sink to wash the boots off or something else. Mm-hmm. Examine women's boots. You can just make out the tiny letter M's in the women's boots just above the number 5.5, which means those are Margot's boots. That confirms these boots belong to Margot and that she wears a size 5.5 boots. Examine men's boots. You take a closer look at the men's boots in the right-hand cubby, and they're size 12. So Evan, right? Probably.
Evan Richards.
Thanks to your loop, how do you say that word? Loop. You can clearly see the initials ER written on the inside of the boots in small letters above the number 12. The boots belong to Mr. Richard. Rubber soles, too. You also peer at the men's boots in the left-hand cubby. There's another pair of boots. This is
marked with a J.
And size 12. These are Jack's boots. Just so Jack is also a size 12. And these have leather soles. Instead of being a rubber sole, it's a leather sole. This information could come in handy later. The basin is low and has a brass spout and faucet. There's a rubber hose attached to the spout, which you presume helps with the boot washing. Or if you need a rubber hose sometime, you know where that is.
The hose?
The rubber hose is here for a reason, to wash boots. Leave it alone. Your shoes aren't muddy and therefore don't require washing. Turn on valve. That doesn't seem to work. Turn on faucet.
There we go.
Okay. Look. Basin. The basin, okay, so boot washing, the water is on.
Okay.
It's not AI, so you're not going to have it. Okay. What about that cabinet? What are those? Are those changing cabinets or open drawer? Other drawers. You open a drawer, search the drawer, you do an S in the drawer. The right drawer contains some dried and part of a broken shoe. You need to get the shoelace?
Nah.
It's half of a shoelace and not long enough to be useful. Baby is currently putting crayons in the cat's water dish. Well, you open the locker, search the locker. The right locker contains more old clothes. Is there anything you can have? That course of action. These clothes don't look like they would fit you. AC White Raven said, "Hi, Winkers." At least the baby's keeping himself entertained, right? Might have to dump the water out. There's an old red shirt hanging on the hook in the left locker. The red shirt isn't particularly anything, so even not going to take that. You're finding your clothes until tomorrow when your underwear is dirty. The left drawer is empty.
You're having to wash them in the sink.
And the crayons aren't toxic. Yeah, I mean, I've never had the kids put crayons, but I imagine.
Your voice is near the store. Listen.
Ooh. We're only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave.
Somebody said they'd been here for a few weeks, so it's,
time is a little off. I've always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and be gone in no time. I'm going to guess that's Corvid's alive. And he might even be involved with her. Of course, locating the will would expedite our the parser, so they're searching for it. I told you, I don't even know if there is a will here. That does complicate things, yes. Well, you do your job and I'll do mine.
The head going up and down.
A note has been added to your notebook. Can we see what note was added? They're looking for a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, way, there's a will. The parlor is fussily decorated with elaborate wallpaper and cushy carpet. A cut crystal bowl of Jordan almonds sits on a low table. So that's how we know about the almonds. There's a fancy pair of armchairs and a camelback sofa. A small bronze sculpture stands on an ornate cupboard. The door in the west wall leads outside the lodge, and a door to the east connects to the main floor hallway. You see a stern, older woman with gray streaking her brown hair. You see a tall, natty man with brown hair and striped vest. Look, sculpture. The bronze figure is a dancing woman lifting her skirts. She stands on a gray marble base. Examine base. Look, base.
No. Okay.
So we can't use the word base. Can we look at the picture in the background? Look, painting. The oil painting depicts a canoe docked on the shore of a lake. While you are no expert, you feel it is quite well done. Can you search over there by that cabinet? Unfortunately, that doesn't open. What's on top? Is that the figurine? Okay, all right. So it's a not working cabinet. Look, sculpture again. We did that. We looked at the base.
Okay.
The parlor is fussily. There's a fancy
cupboard.
pair. Okay, cupboard. That's why we're not opening it.
Sometimes it's still.
You open it and look in cupboard. The inside of the cupboard contains stacks of lodge brochures. That makes sense. So if you needed another brochure, you already have one lodge brochure. You certainly don't need another one. The low, unadorned oval coffee table stands on 4 cabriolet legs. There's a fine crystal vase and a matching crystal bowl on the table. Look, bowl. A lovely fancy cut crystal bowl full of Jordan almonds. Can you take an almond? These Jordan almonds have a teeth-breakingly hard candy shell. You've always felt that they are not worth the effort, so why would you want to take one? These Jordan almonds are piled high in a cut crystal bowl on a fancy coffee table. Get an almond. You take one. Never knowing when a confection that could double as a small caliber ammunition might come in handy, you take. Seriously, Kitty's like, leave the almonds alone. Examine almonds. The surface of the Jordan almond is disconcertingly smooth and unblemished. Can nothing scratch its indomitable shell? Well done. He put a whole, the baby. I tried to dry up the water the baby spilled. He put the whole wad of paper towels in the water bowl. We've seen this a time or two. Good evening. My name's Nancy Maple.
Or we have a cat who likes to knock down the water bowl.
He likes to take the top off the water bowl.
His
and
sister did that a lot too.
Good evening. He gets bored, but now he's got a new toy, so he'll be busy for a while. I'm Nessa Crab, Evan's older sister. What on earth are you doing here? Are you another one of Evan's gold-digging girlfriends? Not at all. I am a diamond-digging mineralogist. At least I hope to be. The government has sent a professional to handle that. Stay out of his way. Hello, how do you do? My name's Nancy. Nancy Maple. Hello, Miss. Oh, I'm talking to the other one.
Yep.
Hello, Miss Maple. My name is Corvus Shaw, and I'm Miss Nessa Crab's, nay, Richard's lawyer. She is Evan's older sister. He gestures to the woman seated on the sofa. I'm here to advise her on the legal implications of this situation. Okay, so legal implications.
About will.
Ask about the will. I'm the elder child, and by rights this place should belong to me.
Place she hates.
I'll find our father's will, no matter how hard Evan tries to get in my way. But that's none of your business. Mrs. Crab hired me to help her deal with the legal implications of this situation. We will determine who truly inherits this land, will or no. Ooh, that sounds ominous. Ask about the almonds. I bought them in town. They're only really palatable thing here. Even Evan made such a fuss when he saw them. He's allergic. But it's not like I'm forcing him to eat any. These are delectable. Ask about allergy. I do not suffer from such afflictions. Evan is allergic to almonds. He found out when he was a boy. A mild reaction, but a doctor told him the next time might not be so mild. It's certainly easy enough to avoid nuts here. We're in the middle of nowhere, but yet you put it on the table. So who brought these almonds to the lodge? Well, I did. What would I know about that would probably go over your head.
That's kind of his stock response if he doesn't have something.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, that's odd.
Because they're both in here. If you ask about stuff.
Our parents, Evans and mine, settled here when garnets were discovered in the area. Once the garnet was all mined out, most of the settlers left. The smart ones did, at least. Not our parents. They were just as shiftless as Evan. Back in England, they are. That is definitely one thing Canada has going for it. So he's English, and I'm not going to be able to do an accent.
Oh,
so
his
I'll do
parents,
whatever I want. Ask about Margot. Don't speak to me about that floozy. An attractive woman, certainly. No one can deny that. But I've seen her type before. Particularly in larger cities, if you get my meaning. Working ladies. Nothing wrong with ladies who work. I hope to have a career as a mineralogist myself. He's being polite, you dumb twit. Ask about working ladies. He's from the continent, you know. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, but I expect to at dinner. Antwerp sent him once they heard about this monstrous diamond that fishermen found. As the diamond capital of the world, naturally they would take an interest. The sooner he finds the diamonds on this land, the sooner I can get back to the city to sell my share.
It's about her.
I'm sure we'll be properly introduced at dinner. I saw him go upstairs, probably to his room. Ask about Jack. Jack's the hired help. Evan needs a bigger staff. This place has become such a dump. He's in the kitchen preparing dinner, I imagine. He's in the kitchen preparing dinner. Could you please extract your nose from up her ass? Diamonds are lovely gems, highly desirable, especially in Europe. A diamond mine would be a major boon. Diamonds have no inherent worth, but are priced as market demands, and there's a high demand among the wealthy. Ask about garnets. Garnets brought our family to these parts, but the garnet veins weren't nearly as rich as everyone thought. And the garnets weren't even the valuable gem type, just tons of gritty red sand used for sandpaper and who knows what else. The mining work left, but our family didn't. There are plenty of tiny garnets scattered all over, but not enough to be really worth anything. Ask about Nathan. He and Evan are friends, and that's enough for me not to like him. Nathan's father and our father were friends, but I left Chrism before Nathan was born, and I've only just met him. Nessa told me that the Nathan and his family have been associating with the Richards family for many years. I vaguely remember something. She suspects Evan may try to bequeath the lodge and its lands to them after his death. She often also suspects that Evan may end up leaving all of it to Margot. Naturally, she won't allow it, either scenario, to happen.
It's a bully situation. She doesn't care about it other than whatever money, what's in it for her.
Hey, thank you so much for following Minnie Roach, and welcome to the channel. Hope you like Crimson Diamond. Chad helped a lot with the game and has played the game a lot doing the Mac ports. Hello, I must have come here with a raid. You did. Probably Summer B. Summer B raided us, and we've known her for quite a few years and have seen her. I have yet to play this, but I will probably move on, but I will get back.
Well, thank you for being here.
This is a well-appointed powder room. There is a small storage cupboard, and a green bar of soap sits on the pedestal sink, and an oval mirror in the fancy brass frame hangs on the wall.
So, and certainly Summer has played this game as well.
Yes.
Door in the east wall leads back to the main. Eat green soap.
That doesn't look very appetizing.
Get green soap.
Either that isn't here. You put it together, though, I think, if you were trying to get the soap. Why? What would everyone else use to wash their hands? Leave the soap alone. Well, thank you so much for following. That, of course, open cupboard. Look in the cupboard. The cupboard contains extra rolls of bathroom tissue. Do you need to take a roll of toilet paper just in case you get stuck outside in the woods? The bathroom tissue is the best place for it to be currently.
Still not
not
Space
grabbing.
Prize 2.
Yeah, darn. Look, wallpaper. The wallpaper is starting to peel. It has a close set, repeating, waving pattern. Is there any secrets about the wallpaper?
No.
The waste basket. There isn't anything in the waste basket. Every waste paper basket we have tried to touch or whatever. Can we get the flowers? Can we get a towel? It's too dark to see outside now.
Get a towel. No one wants wet hands.
No one wants wet towels, so leave the towels, wet hands, leave the towels alone. Get flowers. The vase of flowers brightens up the powder room. Let others enjoy it too. Stop being so selfish. Look at the wallpaper tearing down.
Yeah, I did. Tear
wallpaper. Sorry, you can't do that. Get wallpaper. Either that. Oh, he doesn't see it, but it's definitely there. Look under the rug. You don't see anything noteworthy.
Yeah, okay.
Do you need to go to the bathroom? You've walked a couple rooms away.
Already did.
Okay. Will it say you already went to the bathroom? You haven't had a thing to drink, so you're not exactly weak willy and the weak bladder syndrome. Okay. You spelled it wrong. You open it. Search wardrobe. So you could type S. The wardrobe contains a stack of old cracked flower pots, a broom, and an empty keg. Can you take the broom? The pony keg is probably from the lodge's days as an inn. Get keg. Oh, that's Jack's job. Anything mop, that certainly would not fit into your pockets, Nancy.
It's empty anyway.
It's empty anyway. Too bad. This is a rather large closet. You see some tools, a basket full of old rolled up rugs, a gigantic wardrobe, a worn cupboard, a sled, a shovel, and a mop lean against the wall. A door in the east wall leads back to the main floor hallway. You fondly remember going sledding in High Park during frigid Toronto winters. A variety of tools are hanging from nails. Jack must use these for maintenance around the house. You've never been very handy with tools except a geologist pick, of course. Unfortunately, you don't see one here. You could probably make one. Combo of shovel and broken mop.
Yeah.
You open it. Look in cabinet. There's nothing in the cupboard. Cupboard, cabinet,
Yeah.
sometimes it works. Can you take any of the tools, the saw, Okay, look rugs. These rugs look worn on their edges. They are tightly wrapped with twine. So we are early in the game, folks. Taking the twine would cause the rugs to unfurl, and that would be very untidy.
I don't think I ever did anything
You get
with
the
this.
bucket or look at the bucket.
I don't think I ever did anything with
It's
this
a tin bucket. The bucket you might be using conjunction with the mops you require neither. Baby already rubbing his eyes a lot, so be right back. Gonna take him upstairs and see what happens. Okay, good luck with that,
Good
kitty.
luck with that.
Hopefully
Baby
it
saying,
goes
I'm
down.
not tired. Yes, you are.
You're tired. Okay. Oh, okay. Look first because I don't know what room this is. So
We're in a bar.
Well, I figured that, but is
Lithograph
it the parlor?
Advertising absinthe hangs in the corner.
You're used to not looking. This is a cozy bar
It's
decorated in the warm hues of crimson and coral. A trio.
Crimson and
Here you go.
coral.
Okay, fill it up. There are a trio of stools are stationed in front of the elaborately curved bar. There is an oversized armchair and a striped love seat. A door in the west wall leads to the main floor hallway, and you can see the dining room through a doorway in the north wall. So if we do L and we do brochure, can we do L map? There we go. So we are currently in the bar. We have traveled. We are at the middle of on the left hand side. It could be on your right hand side for where you're viewing on your TV set. No, it's your left hand side. Okay, and so we are in the bar on the ground floor because there's the front door. And we started in the spare room where we're sleeping, and we went to the bathroom, and then we messed around for a second, linen closet, guest bathroom. So this is the whole of the house, or the lodge. So if you're wondering where we are in the bar. So now we can look bar. This is a cozy bar decorated in the warm hues of crimson and coral. A trio of stools are stationed in front of the elaborately curved bar. There is an oversized armchair, and a striped love seat. A door in the west wall leads to the main floor hallway, and you can see the dining room through a door in the north wall. So here we can also look bottles. Amy? I don't know. A multitude of bottles sit on the back counter of the bar containing various liqueurs. Liqueurs. Okay, so that was the same thing. I could have typed G. Bottles, because a verb of the first letter I have found You aren't a lush. How do you know? Do you know me? That might be Chad. Drinking liqueurs is a bit much, and I prefer a nip of whiskey myself. All right, let's get the whiskey then. Get the whiskey. There isn't any whiskey here. All right, I was just having fun. Hopefully Kitty's baby goes down. The dining room is an impressive sight. A massive Persian rug covers the floor, on top of which stands an elegant dining table and matching chairs. There is a buffet and a display cabinet set against the north wall, and a pair of elaborate oriental jardinieres are in opposing corners. A door to the west leads to the main floor hallway. You can see the kitchen through a doorway in the north wall and a bar through the doorway in the south wall. So I was thinking, I had this hold on just a second. I had this thought, maybe we should draw out a map. And then I remembered we had gotten a brochure and we could actually look map. Or you can type map. You can look map, you can type map, or you can look brochure, and you will get it all. So we see, I showed everybody where we are. Look, candles. The 3 candles warmly illuminate the massive dining table. They are set in a trio of silver candlesticks.
Get candlesticks and pawn them.
Your mother always told you not to put lit candlesticks in your pockets. So you cannot pick up a candlestick when the lights go out, right? Blow out the candles. Leave the candles alone. It's not your birthday. But it's my birthday. It's my birthday weekend. Drink whiskey. Oh, see, she likes the whiskey and it's here, right? Is she going to do some naughty things she shouldn't do? You detect aniseed, then subtle spice and honey flavors. The warm taste lingers on your palate. But you are certainly no expert. Boy, you lushed that thing down like it was Kool-Aid. You going to get drunk? She gonna do something on the table? Woo! That whiskey is pretty strong. Give him a good blow. You know it, Easy White Raven.
Where's Medicine Hat today?
I don't know. My goodness, this stuff is going straight to my head. I don't.
Come on, Discord or something. We actually played.
I did. I even told him we were gonna play.
Probably at my limit. I ought to stop. Game has auto-saved. So there are a few places you can die in this game, but it's generally you have to really kind of push it. Or purposely do something kind of dumb. So it's not quite like